I will tell you. Oh, I need to click on focus. Sorry. There we go.
Hello. Hello, everybody. Happy Monday. This is my favorite thing to do on a Monday early afternoon. Get to chat with my friends about different things. And today I'm delighted to have my friend Jill Portman, who is the founder and creator of a product or a company called Good Pharma. And she makes beverages that are healing and herbal based, but has a really interesting story. So I would just love for you, and welcome, Jill. I get all carried away. Welcome. I would just love for you to tell a little bit of your story of how you got here and your background, because it's so fascinating.
Well, thank you, Shiroko. It's my pleasure. Yes. So, it's interesting because most people think that I have a science background or I've been in the beverage world forever, and that's simply not true. My background, or I went to school for, was actually interior design and construction management. And although I'm the founder of Mighty Leaf, I actually started in a completely different career. I'm from Chicago and has always been very creative. And that's what I ended up doing for the first 10 years of my career. But in the midst of all of that, it's a very stressful life. I was trying to start a family. And honestly, I had about 3 or 4 miscarriages in the midst of all of that because of the stress. And my husband and I decided to change careers completely. We were living in Chicago and we lived very, very healthy lifestyles. And we decided to dive deep into the beverage world to figure out what's next after coffee. Starbucks had just entered the Chicago market. This was 1993. It's a long time ago.
Yeah.
And we started traveling all over the world and decided that tea was an area that we felt really comfortable with, and we were intrigued and extraordinarily curious. So we packed our bags. At that point, we actually did have a 4-month-old child and moved to San Francisco and opened up a tea house and operated that tea house for about 4 years. And the more we dug into it, the more I loved what we were doing. But I knew that retail wasn't what I wanted to do. So we sold our retail store and moved over to wholesale and continued on and built Mighty Leaf for another 14 years. So we founded an extraordinary brand that was global. And with it came all of the joy, the gifts of meeting people and learning. And I learned through my travels in Asia, clearly not what you know in terms of TCM and functional medicine, but I learned what was available. And we built friendships with people that were enjoying these practices. And I continued to just soak it all in. So we sold in 2014. And I think the stress of building a brand for 14 years sort of came tumbling down, and I got ill. And so I went back to what I learned and I discovered in those previous 14 years, and I started sort of concocting, if you will, some of my own beverages, incorporating some of the functional medicine that I had learned, whether it was functional mushrooms, some TCM formulas, and I started healing. I started healing myself, and it made all the difference in the world. And in 2016, 2017, I decided this could be something interesting. I wasn't quite sure yet. So we surrounded ourselves with a team of about 4 to 5 scientists that really were very deep into this area. And we formulated Good Pharma. We came up with a name, we came up with a brand, and we came up with extraordinary products. And unfortunately, we, of course, didn't know that a pandemic was around the corner. We launched in the middle of 2021, actually, 21. And here we are, bringing our products to market. It's been really an incredible journey, and I'm loving it.
Tell us a little bit, like, what is Good Pharma? What are the products, and what is behind them? I know that you use them to help yourself heal, that you made herbal concoctions to help yourself heal, but tell us a little bit more about the specific things of Good Pharma.
So the more I dug into this, I realized primarily with functional mushrooms, which have become the rage, and it's something that I rely on. I realized that there's a plethora of products out there, and most of them are in powder form. And powders can be fine if they're extracted, and if they're not, they obviously do a lot less. And so our job was to figure out how to come up with a beverage that was, one, delicious, but two, highly, highly efficacious. So in our search, we realized that I needed to take our powders, convert it obviously into an extract, and then convert it into a granule. And so what we've done is we've put this product into a pour over. We wanted to make it fun and convenient. And there's essentially two buckets of ingredients that go into the infuser bag. One will be either coffee or tea or herbs. We only have 4 SKUs. We've designed 8, but we've launched with 4. So you've got that one ingredient dosed into this bag. The second ingredient type are these extracts that, again, have been converted into a granule that get dosed separately. So when the consumer pours water into the infuser bag, the tea or coffee infuses like one would normally expect, but those extracts dissolve right into your cup. And that's that plant-based medicine that's so highly efficacious. And so the 4 SKUs that we've launched, we're going to share what they are.
Oh, please. Yeah.
Yeah. So the 4 SKUs, we designed them sort of to cover day to night. We've started with our coffee that was helping me actually with my brain fog. And so I'm finding that consumers really, really love it and could really use it. And so it's freshly ground coffee, and we've added a 6-to-1 extraction of lion's mane mushroom, rhodiola, and L-theanine. So you get this incredible mental clarity and mental boost without any of the jitters. So that's what consumers are loving most about that SKU. If they don't want coffee or they want caffeine later in the day, we came up with a green tea called Resilience. And it's a green tea that's boosted with extracts of chaga. Chaga mushroom's great for immunity and anti-inflammatory. So it's really very, very relevant today, of course.
And then the green tea, of course, is also anti-inflammatory and immune supporting. Yeah. And then
one of my personal favorites, because in this illness that I unfortunately found myself in, anxiety, was really impacting my nervous system. Anxiety really starts to take over from time to time. So the third SKU we created is called No Worries, and it's an herbal blend that has the classics that one would normally expect: your passion flower, your lemon balm, holy basil, ashwagandha. We've pulled in both Ayurvedic and Western, but that second bucket of ingredients, we've really leaned heavily into traditional Chinese medicine, which you know so well. And we have Swanzeren, mother of pearl. The mother of pearl is a 50-to-1 extraction. It's extraordinary. Swanzeren's 20, licorice root, and other complementary botanicals that literally just rid you of cortisol, just put you into a really lovely state of relaxation. So that's No Worries. And then our 4th SKU, which is also so needed right now, is called Rest Assured, and it's for sleep. So you probably have patients that could use this as well, because sleeplessness is
well, yeah, we've been using it in our all of them in our office for the last few months since I met you, and love them. And I'm going to do a little demo.
Oh, great.
Yeah. So just to show you how unique this is, and to kind of emphasize what my experience has been with your products, because I think so Mighty Leaf Teas was a wonderful tea that I used to have all my people buy and use for different things, but it was more of a social beverage, right? It's more of a drink it every day kind of thing. But these are kind of more medicine, and they're a combination of drinking for pleasure, but also having herbs that are really medicinal. And that's what I love about this. And I love how uniquely it's packaged. So I'm going to show you this. So I think you rip it open. You rip it open.
That particular SKU, the samples that I sent, just go ahead and you can grab another SKU if you have one.
Is this one just a pin or something? Yeah. Of course, I picked the one that's hard to open.
I'm so sorry. Yeah.
That's okay. Anyway, here's how it looks when you take it out. And this is what I didn't figure out until I met you in person. So I love sharing this. I have it actually in my office when I give it to patients and people who come to see me to show them specifically how to do it, because it's not how people generally do beverages. But you rip off this little thing on the top, and then you have, like, literally, Jill was saying that this is a pour over, and you have this little like instant pour over situation, and you put that in your cup. And I don't have my camera pointing down, so you won't see that, but you put it in your cup like that. And then I boiled some water that I have ready. So I'm going to make my tea. And this one is the No Worries, which is for anxiety. And you pour the water into the little thing right there. And so there, again, what she said is that there's two components to this beverage. Is there's the herbs that are sort of for the tea and for the flavor, and then there's the extracts that are in granules that give you the herbal, the medicinal effect, right?
Absolutely.
So, and I love all of them. I don't generally drink caffeine myself, but your coffee, her coffee is called the Brain Gain, and it's made with organic coffee, just to point that out. But it doesn't cause me to be jittery. And one of the reasons I don't drink coffee or caffeine is because I get sort of Beavis and Buttheady, if you know what that is. Anyway, you let it sit for a few minutes, and I didn't bring a spoon here to stir it, but you once it's sat for a little while, then you stir it to get to get the herbs into the drink so that it's fully infused. And then you get to sip it, and they all taste delicious. You don't have to add anything to them, including the coffee drink, which has sort of a mellowy, it doesn't taste like pour over coffee necessarily. It has sort of a mellow flavor, a non-bitter mellow flavor. And the reason I am so happy to share this information is because I love having people have the ability to heal themselves, to do things for yourself that are good and for your own healing. And this is one of those things where you can, if you have brain fog, you can use the coffee product, or resilience if the coffee's too much, and then if you have anxiety, you can use No Worries. And if you have trouble sleeping, even my clients who have the worst trouble sleeping have used this Rest Assured product and gotten better sleep, which is a big deal, because it's, there are things I deal with my clients every single day, and for a solution to come along that's so relatively easy, I really like that. So right here in the banner is a link to order the product. And if you type in Shiroko 50, which is right at the end of the link, you get 50% off. So if you see this video and you're interested, try some of the products. You can actually, isn't there a combination product that you have where you can get all four?
Yeah, it's the Discovery Pack. And so it gives you, it's already discounted down. And so with the Shiroko 50, you'll find that it's very affordable, and it gives you a chance to really enjoy all four modalities.
Awesome. Is there anything else you'd like to share with everybody before we have our tea? And where's your cup? Didn't you say you brought your cup?
I do have a cup, but I didn't bring the hot water. So there you go. I do want to say that if for any reason, I want to make sure that you do get the discount. And so there's actually an area at checkout. And if for any reason the 50% doesn't populate, just put in Shiroko 50 in the discount code bar to ensure that discount does populate.
Cool. Thank you for that.
Yeah.
Any other thought for the day you'd love to share with everybody?
No, I feel like this has been such an extraordinary journey for me, and I just love sharing it with
Mm,
others. And if they're so inclined to, you know, offer feedback on our site, it's always so welcome because we really are
mm,
building a community, and we're so thrilled to have you, Dr. Shiroko, at the table within our community, and we're just
mm.
proud of it. And thank you for sharing this with your patients and your friends.
Well, thank you for creating it. I just love your creativity and the products that you created, and I'm happy to share. Thank you for being here today.
Thank you.